First, again, good morning, everyone. Uh, it's a great honor to be asked to speak with you this morning. I'd like to first start by acknowledging and thanking Isaac Olademeji for the invitation. I truly congratulate you, Isaac, and your team, particularly for your sustained role. This is the third edition, right? Right, in creating platforms like this. I wish we had this kind of platforms when we were much younger. I believe we would have gone a lot further than we have. And Itunujo, okay, stood up here. Can we have another round of applause for what is shared with us? Because I picked quite a few tips here and there, and I wish I would be able to stay till the end so that I could learn from other speakers. But I'll try to be here till about 12-ish. House 12 that you just heard introduced is 1 year today. So we have a few activities already lined up for that celebration. And I had to move it from the morning to 1 p.m. because I thought it was more important to be with you in the morning. Then we do the celebration later today. I'm also privileged to have here with me my daughter, one of my two children, Angela Olawoye. Can you please stand up for recognition? She's an architect. She actually designed and built House 12. So don't be deceived by the petite nature you're looking at. She's also currently here for a few days because she's working on a project for the Faculty of Engineering and Technology at University of Ilorin. She's designing a garden sit-out, and you can imagine what it will look like by the time it's done. So if you're from Ilorin, I see work going on there. She's the brain behind it. Missing here also is the fact that I'm a 1987 graduate of University of Ilorin. You know, so I feel at home. Now, on the topic, millionaire mindset, habits of highly successful people. There's actually a best-selling book, if you have not read it or heard of it, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that I urge you to go and look for. And the beauty of the times we are in is you'll find the document, a summarized version of the book online, The 7 Habits, that you can just take the 7 habits of highly effective people. It's a life-transforming book. It's one of those top 10 books you should read. I read it a while ago, and it transformed me from my 30s till today. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is by Stephen Covey. Note, though, that it says highly effective people, not highly successful people. Do you notice that difference? Because the topic I've been asked to speak on is habits of highly successful people. So I beg permission, I didn't ask for the permission before now, to change my topic to habits of highly effective people, not successful people. And I'll explain why. Success is relative. Success to some person is to have 10 new cars parked in the garage. Success to some other person is, I use a brand new car, but I change it every year. They're both successful. Success to some other person is the impact they create. Success to somebody else is how fat the bank is. So I won't talk to you about how to be successful, because it's relative. But guess what? Once you are effective, you will be successful. So once you are effective, you'll be successful. Now, what is success to me? Success to me really is knowing your purpose. Why am I on earth? That's where real success starts. I worked in the banking industry for 19 years. I left in 2006 to start a business that currently has about 20,000 staff spread over Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya. Because I found my purpose. My purpose wasn't banking. Though my career was growing well, I was making a lot of money, but I was never happy. What I'm doing now with you is where I'm on earth, is to enhance people's capacities. I'm a third-class graduate, 2-time WAEC failure, the first and all F9, jammed like 3 times failure, but check my profile online now, because I began to live my purpose. So real success is find your purpose. Then do all you can to work on your purpose. That is success. I hope that background information helps put us on the good start. Right. Now, your potential is God's gift to you. Potential comes from 2 words, potent and then "ile." It just means power within. Potent means power. Within is the IAL. So when you hear potential, you have potential. It means there's power within you. Who put that power there? God. So you find that potential. That is your purpose. You will be successful. So proof is that success differs, and that is proof that success differs per person. So again, I'll be speaking on habits of highly effective people, not habits of highly successful people. I hope we're on the same page now. Why that switch? So let me share from my personal experience. I've worked for 39 years now. So my face may look a little young. I'm over 60. Right, so I must know something about being effective for where I have been and the journeys I've lived, especially starting life with a 3rd class and WAEC failures, JAM failures, 3 years, and yet it comes from purpose and being effective. So I'll be sharing with you 10 habits that I have followed. So Stephen Covey says 7 habits of highly effective people. So I'll be sharing 10. And these are my own 10. So things you can pick. And habits are things you do repeatedly. It's become second nature. And guess what? If you follow this habit, you will be successful. First, by being effective. Habit 1. Highly effective people have a simple, repeatable morning routine. There's something they do every morning. You don't have to follow mine, but you must have a morning routine. But I will share with you to help you my own morning routine that has helped me. Here's my morning routine, which I also followed this morning. I usually wake up latest 6:05 a.m. because I set my alarm for 6:05 a.m. Now, I retired from my 9 to 5 December last year after 19 years to start House 12 in Millionaire, which is a year old today. So while I was in that 9 to 5, I actually wake up 5 a.m. because I was working in Lagos. So I needed to wake up earlier because you'll spend about an hour or 2 in traffic. But now in Illinois, I wake up 6:05 a.m. Sometimes a little earlier when my bowel moves me and gets me up earlier, but not later than 6:05 a.m. Then once I wake up, I say the following words verbatim every morning. Good morning, God the Father. Good morning, God the Son. Good morning, God the Holy Spirit. Again, this is my routine. If it works for you, but you could form your own routine. After that, I just thank God for the gift of a new day, because it's a gift. I could have slept and not woken up every morning. Then I list 1 to 3 things I'm grateful for. And I stretch while still on my bed. I stretch. And just to make it practical to you, let me demonstrate some of the stretches I do on the bed. You know, I'm lying down. So after I do those activities, first stretch, I just go on my knees like this, and I do what they call the cat. So I do that about 10 reps, then I go, I count to 10, I go again, I count to 10, then I go with my legs. I repeat with the other leg. Every morning, I do the stretch. You can imagine by the time I'm off the bed, I'm up going. This is between 6 and 6:25 a.m. By 6:30, I take a 45 minutes to 1 hour walk. Every morning, Monday to Friday. I come back usually about 7:45. I take a glass of water, have my bath, and breakfast is about 8 to 8:30. So usually by 8:30, 9, I'm in the office. I own the business. I don't need to be there at resumption 9 a.m. I co-own the one in Lagos. I'm usually in the office by 7:30. Resumption time is 8 a.m. I'm co-owner, MD, CEO. I don't need to be there at 8 a.m. For 19 and a half years, 85% of the time, I'm there that early. That's my morning routine. So again, what is habit one? Have a morning routine. A lot of people that desire success and effectiveness, in fact, it's annoying for you to expect them. I needed somebody to do a banner for me. I didn't remember until early this morning. I've been calling him from 6:30 a.m. He didn't respond until 9:30. He said he was sleeping. And I just laughed. So when you say Nigeria happens to you, it's not Tinubu, it's not Nigeria. We are the problem. You are still sleeping at 9 a.m. So I will list each habit, then I'll tell you the outcome you'll get if you have a morning routine, for example. You see, consistency in the morning reduces decision fatigue. So you start your day, because already I've prayed, I have stretched, I've taken a walk. So even before leaving my bedroom, I've achieved success that day. Every other thing that day will be successful. If you wake up feeling tired or you don't want to get up, that's how your whole day will go. So feelings can be deceptive. Don't let how you feel affect what you need to do. Just do it. For many times, I leave that tired feeling. It rained heavily last night. So this night's sleep was not one to take a walk in the morning. So the feeling came. And I just quickly said, Mr. Feeling, you can continue to sleep. I am getting up. The right feeling did not catch up with me until I was under the shower. I didn't wait for the feeling. I just went on my activity. I left the feeling on the bed. But as he noticed I was moving, eventually the feeling came and caught up with me. Do we get this? Habit 2. Schedule. I'm a third class graduate, so please bear with me. Some of these grammars. So schedule everything that matters to you. That's the second habit of people who are effective. So they don't schedule according to what is important to somebody else. Yes, at some point and stage in our life, we have to just do what our parents, uncles, and society want. But the earlier you begin to free yourself to find what is important to you and do your schedule, plan your calendar, your activities around what's important to you, and learn to say no to what is not important to you, including some wedding, including some parties, including some activities. Say, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And what I usually do for some of those events, can I have your bank details? The one I can send 2,000, 1,000, I will send. But no obligation that I must be everywhere. For me, I do this scheduling every weekend on a Sunday. So it's a Sunday evening activity. I plan, what am I doing next week? And it's written down. Monday, some days there's no activity. So when you call me, like when Isaac reached out to me, even a lot longer than a week, I just always say, let me get back to you. I need to check my... Then I will let you know where there is a space, except what you want me to do is suddenly important to me. Then I'll give you some priority, which is what I did today. House 12 celebration was to be in the morning. But I love gatherings like this. I'm likely to be making some new friends from today. There are likely to be people in this room that never heard of my name or seen me. So, and I realize, as I will show you later, one of the greatest habits effective people adopt is networking. So I couldn't miss an opportunity to make new friends. Because in this room, there are future governors here. There are future MDs of Guinness here. There are future presidents here. So I'm celebrating 1 year anniversary of my own business. I can move the time from morning to afternoon. So I was able to put him into the program. But if I didn't think it was important to me, I'd say, well, except you move your own time, I'm sorry I can't feature today. Do you get what I'm saying? So again, this habit 2, the outcome you will get is when you control your calendar, you control your life. But when you allow others control your calendar, then they control your life. Highly effective and successful people, they operate intentionally. They're not reactive. They're clear about where they need to be, when they need to be there. And just like here, like I've apologized to you, by 15 latest, I have to leave here. Because there's another schedule that is now taking the important stage. So stop worrying about what people will say or what they will think or how they will feel. What's habit 1? Habit 2? Habit 3. No, I haven't mentioned habit 3. Habit 3. Highly effective people, they schedule their rest time. Same way they schedule their work time, they also schedule their rest time. And the recommended timeline is at least 7 to 8 hours sleep. I don't achieve that some days overnight. Then I'll take short naps in between the day. Because just like your phones and technology, after a while it freezes. If you don't reset, it won't answer you. Same with the body. You must factor in rest time. To make out time to rest. So, you know, this ability to multitask, time management, is foolishness. You can't manage time. Time is moving. It doesn't need your permission. With or without. What's today's date? When did we do Happy New Year? It's like yesterday. Another year is going. When my mother was 40 years old, she's late now, I said, Mom, you are old. I'm over 60 now. I don't feel old. But time just goes on. So build rest. And when I say rest, there must be, for me, for example, my phone is timed from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. It won't ring if you call me. And there are apps to do all of that. It will take your ringer or message, but it won't disturb me. It's my sleep mode. It's deliberate. So when I see it, I can decide to call you back if I feel it is what? Important. To who? To me. Not to you. So there are apps to that. So put in your rest moments. The outcome of habit 3, scheduling rest time, is that highly effective people know that rest is a weapon because our bodies need to be restored. That's the outcome. It's a weapon. Your body needs to be restored. Habit 1 again. Habit 2. Habit 3. Habit 4. Highly effective people are intentional with self-development. But to self-develop, you first have to be self-aware. Meaning, you need to know what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are the opportunities that surround me that I may not be using, what are the traits, the habits that I have that are negative and injurious, or people I hang out with that are not helping my growth. You need to know. That's self-awareness. But many are in denial. We blame our parents, we blame government, we blame society, we blame the witches and wizards. But who is really at fault? It's you. Until you take responsibility, you can't self-develop. Because when you are self-aware, then you go and look for help. And a great place to watch your self-awareness is be careful what you feed your mind on. Because what you feed your mind on, what you read, what you listen to, what you hear, affects your thinking. And nothing is executed without first thinking about it. Everything in the world is created twice. First from our thinking, then the actions we take or choose not to take. So you must guard your mind jealously for you to truly self-develop. The outcome of habit 4, self-development, is that you become more cerebral and you're able to communicate and engage more effectively at all levels. 5th habit, highly effective people always seek feedback. Feedback from mentors, from peers, from coaches, even from subordinates. When they can, they ask questions like, what's one thing you think I need to improve on? Just like when I finish, there are a few people I'll be asking, how was my session? I need to know, but I speak maybe 2-3 times weekly. But at the same time, each audience is a different audience. So I want to know, is there something I said or did or that may not have been appropriate? You just want to know. So always get feedback. If you're also in business and you sell, you want to know from the person who has bought. Can you give us a feedback on our service or the product you bought? On a scale of 0 to 10, can you give us a rating? Just a WhatsApp chat. Do you know they will tell you? But if you didn't ask and they're not happy with you, they just may not mention. They just may not mention it. So it's important you ask. Which habit was that? So always seek regular feedback. The outcome, feedback is your fastest path to growth. Habit 6, practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. That's habit 6. So every day, highly effective people find something to be grateful for. Gratitude is a performance multiplier. When you practice gratitude, it shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. But most people are always looking for what they don't have, what is not going right. Highly effective people recognize what is good that they have. Times are short. Habit 7. How many habits did I say I'll be sharing? 7. Habit 7. Highly effective people design the life that they want. They design the life that they want. They're not reacting to what life throws at them. They reflect regularly. What kind of life do you want? What matters most to you? Is your activity or schedule aligned to that life that you want? And the outcome they usually get, they are usually drivers, not passengers in their own life's journey. And they course correct once they realize they are deviating from the life they have designed for themselves. I mean, coming here this morning as I was leaving House 12, one of my staff walked up to me and says he wants to tuck my shoelaces into my shoe. And I said, why? He said he just feels it should be that way. I said, who is wearing the shoe? This is how I like my shoelace. So if you think it's not okay for you, who is wearing the shoe? Do you get what I'm saying? So you design. This is SOJ Ludo style. Just be you. That's how you become effective. Because if I tucked it in, somebody else sees it and says, why is it tucked in? Go and listen to Ebenezer Obey's song, The Horse and the Man. Habit 8. Highly effective people continuously connect to enhance their network, which is why I'm here. They're great about networking. You see, some people are born with famous last names or inheritance. People like us, nobody knew the name. We're the one trying to create the name. But you can tap into that same energy by networking. Let me tell you the unspoken rule of success. The unspoken rule of success, and listen to this. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Can we repeat after me? That is the unspoken rule for success. That is why a third class graduate can be where I am. And if you look around you in society, those that truly create impact and wealth either are third class like me or didn't go to school at all. Huh? Then they employ the first class and the two one as employee. This is the secret. Connect. And when I say who you know, it's not just knowing the big boys and girls. I know area boys. I know, this time you are giving me, do I rush it or make my point? So, Isaac, just give me a few more minutes. Some of you are too young, if not all of you, to remember June 12th, an Abiola crisis period in Nigeria. I was living then in the Butemeta. I was working in Union Bank, Broad Street in Lagos. Suddenly, a riot started because of the cancellation of the election. I had a small Honda car at that time. The bank I was working in, they had no car park, no hidden car park. Cars are parked in front of the bank. So the riot started suddenly. So we all needed to leave the island. My challenge was, how do I drive this car out of the island to a Butemeta? If you know Lagos well, I'll need to climb the bridge, then come down at Costain. Or go through Oyingo. Either way, they are Butemeta area boys. But I removed my tie, my jacket, put everything in the boot, and tried to look as ordinary as possible. And I started the drive. I escaped the island. But as I was descending into a Butemeta, the Butemeta area boys were climbing the bridge. Knives, dagger, you know what a riot scene is. And I just said, God, this is it. I just packed. And as they were surging, just a few meters to me, one of them came out of the crowd and said, yes, Edrombe, Ogasojini. Area boys knew me. Because in the neighborhood, I'm not the, I connect with them. I try to guide them. Oh boy, this thing you are smoking. Me say I smoked them before. Try and do jam. Try and do this. Try and improve. So he got one of his boys to sit on the bonnet. One opened the passenger door and stood like this. And I got VIP escort to my house. The area boy escort. So when I say network, when I say connect, to some of you, you don't know the name or the family your security guard comes from. Not me. Nobody works with me. I know their family. I know their siblings. I know their children. I know their parents, including those that have just started with me for a year. So when I say connect, Prof. Oshibajo was the pastor of the church I worship in Lagos. I'm a redeemer. Olive Tree Parish, Banana Island. That's the church Pastor Prof used to pastor. So I know the presidency. I know area boy. That's the connection I'm telling you to do. That's how you become highly effective. Make sense? Habit 9. Highly effective people surround themselves with people that are better than them, ahead of them. John Maxwell calls it the average of 5, where all the average of the 5 people we hang out with most. If you're hanging out with people who say this country is finished, there's no hope. Do you know for you, it will be finished, there'll be no hope? But if you're hanging out with people who are like, yes, things are tough, but can we try this, can we try that? If you hang around fools, what would you become? If you hang around intelligent creatives, what would you become? If you hang around the rich, what would you become? Even if it's the crumbs that is falling around from their table. So if you are the best in the class of where you hang out, you are in the wrong class. And most of us like that. Because we'll be looking at them around us that at least my own is better than their own. At least they're always coming for me. Me, I know more than them. We enjoy that. That's the wrong group to belong. Read more about the average of 5 principles by John Maxwell. The outcome of habit 9 is when you hang out with fools, like I said, well, I've done that. So habit 10, the last one. Highly effective people never give up. They never give up. You see, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. We all dream, but we give up too quickly. My house 12, we're 1 year old today, we're still making losses. And when I say losses, when we started May last year, our monthly losses were like 4 million. We just closed April, we still made loss of 2.7 million. Yes, but can't you see the trajectory? My loss has reduced from 5 million to 2.7. It's only a matter of months, it will be profitable. So highly effective people don't give up. So when you see me cruising, driving an AMG Benz, these are the principles. You don't just envy and say, I want to be like. Are you ready to follow these habits? So these are 10 habits that I've shared. So it's Olusoji always 10 habits of highly, I didn't talk about the millionaire mindset. Because it's not about that. It's about impact. It's about significance, not money. In conclusion, the summary of the 10 habits I've shared is as follows. And listen carefully. It's a summary of all the 10 habits. If you really want to make it to the top, you must leave some people behind. If you really want to move to the top, you must leave some people behind. Even if they were your best friend, some may even be family, even if they were very useful to you in the past. The reality is, it's about recognizing who is slowing you down and then let them go. Because some just can't buy into your dream. They don't understand it. They will tell you, boy, you're wasting your time. This country, this is Ilorin. No, until you go to Lagos. I left Lagos after 19 years. I'm back in Ilorin. And guess what? In fact, Lagos people are wondering, how? First, when I relocated house 12, you say, why Ilorin? Who is in Ilorin? I mean, look at you people. Can you imagine that? A business we didn't think of in our business plan. Photo shoot is my most profitable business in house 12. I make over $1 million every month. People coming to the facility just to take photographs. I won't see that. I have similar business in Abuja, in Yaba, in Lekki, in Uyo, in Abeokuta, in Ibadan, called the Bunker Workspaces. Nobody pays us to take photograph. In Ilorin, they are paying to take photograph. So to rise, you must move with the ones that are made for the climb. Not everybody around you is made for the climb. So identify them, because you can't carry dead weight to climb. You can't. So after this session and today's program, because like I said, I'll be here till about 12. I wish I could stay all through. You know what happens in churches most of the time? I'm a Sunday school teacher, so I understand scripture, but I have a lot of problem with religion. We are pumped up, as you may be at the end of today, but it's not the knowledge, it's what you do with it. If you don't act on all you'll be learning, your life will remain the same. And it's not Isaac's problem, it's not the speaker's problem. But people like us, even if you don't take everything from everybody, pick one thing, pick this, then go and use it. When you hear goodness and mercy shall what? So if all you do is sit down here and you are praying, you are fasting, even God is looking at you like this. Hey, look at my daughter, look at my son. All the vigil, they're just looking at you. But when you stand up, goodness stands, mercy stands. When you take a step, they take a step with you. When you walk, they are walking. When you run, they are running after you. That is my experience. The moment you stop again, goodness stops, mercy stops. So you must be going somewhere and never give up. Thank you very much.